What is high-performance sport?
So high performance, I think, is one of those terms that maybe gets used a lot. But if you look at a few of the countries in the world, an English Institute of Sport's definition, or in England, Canada, United States, Australia, Germany, I mean, what they're really after today is podium performances. And so high performance is about, getting athletes, and supporting coaches, to assist those athletes in achieving podium performances at the Olympic Games. Unfortunately, for a lot of sports that don't fall under that camp or aren't ready for that level of kind of outcome or objective, it's a tough pill to swallow. But most of the funding strategies now and the funding schemes that I'm aware of are really about achieving podium performances at the Olympics. And whether we like it or not, or have different views of what we might define high performance as, that's really what they're looking at, and that's the reality across many nations. And the phrase I use is that we're in a global sporting arms race, and there's a massive professionalization of high performance sport now, and the stakes are high. There's a lot of money involved. Everyone's after medals, either in terms of total medal count or measuring success as a nation based on medals per million. And so what's created now in high performance then is really a situation where you have the haves and the have-nots. And some of the government agencies that do fund high performance sport across a number of those nations I mentioned are really looking at trying to put the money where they feel they can get the biggest return on investment. And a lot of sports like athletics, swimming, cycling, where you have a number of medals on offer, end up getting quite a bit of funding. And those sports that either aren't Olympic or where the sport hasn't achieved podium performances in some time, it's a real struggle for them to achieve those types of outcomes. So high performance, when I use the term, and when the term's used in either the elite athlete development literature or in any of the funding agencies' documents or at any of the sport institutes that I've worked at, what we're talking about is trying to get athletes on the podium. And we're very clear about delineating between helping athletes win versus making the team mindsets. And I think a lot of times we get people that talk about high performance as in helping an athlete make a team. And again, based on what I was just sharing, I think that's not the definition that's currently being adhered to. And that to me is where the biggest differences lie, is that a lot of people, and this is by no means a detraction on athletes that have worked their entire lives to get on a Commonwealth Games team or to make an Olympic team. But the reality of the funding around high performance is that it's not funded. In fact, they're funding medals, they're not funding make the team. And so those are some of the issues I think that we're facing right now in the international sporting community around high performance sport in general.